Hello, baseball fans, and welcome to the very first edition of This Week in Baseball, brought to you by UnifiedWrestling.com. CatalinaWineMixer's own weekly show, going over standings, going over results, going over basically kind of a web redemption with our famous Splain Yo Self segment. This is going to be a pretty interesting show. It's going to be fun. It's going to be weekly, and I'm more than happy to bring it to you guys because this league deserves it. CatalinaWineMixer. If you're in this league, you're watching this video. If you're not in this league and watching this video, get a life. Anyway, let's get started here. Let's get started with the actual standings going into week 3, week and a half into the season. Now let's get started. This is going to be fun. First thing is, surprise, surprise. Who's in first place? Let's go Cano? Negative. Let's go with Outlaws? No. Brooklyn Bums? No. It's actually Angels for Life. And wow, great job Angels for Life's been doing here. Undefeated, needless to say. The actual standings for them right now, wins, losses, 19-3. Dang, Angels for Life, way to go. After that, we have LA Bombers, 16-5. Now, Vicks, again, this team was an expansion last year. Now they look very strong, taking out CobraKai, taking out Brooklyn Bums, and again, doing some work. So let's see how far Vic actually gets with this group. Number 3, Outlaws, so no one's surprised here, 16-7. Number 4, Hot Dogs and Relish, 16-8. Now let me, for a second here, speak on Hot Dogs and Relish. Everyone was basically stating this is the worst team in all the league. CatalinaWineMixer's bottom cellar dweller, which is Hot Dogs and Relish. Now, Derek wasn't listening to any of that. I have a team. I'm going to make the playoffs. I'm going to try to make the playoffs. Now, all right, it's only a week and a half in, but the guy's undefeated. All right, come standings, he's looking better than Let's Go Cano. Let's Go Cano's winless. This guy's undefeated. Who wouldn't want to be undefeated at this point, right? So, great job by UD, proving a lot of these naysayers wrong. Keep it up. Can you keep it up? We'll find out here in the weeks to come. Very interesting matchups coming up. All right. After that, we have another expansion team. Bring in 3G. Victory for this guy here versus the commish. Again, it's rough times right now for the commish, but love to see these expansion teams getting it done, getting these victories, and it's just great times. Great times to see. Number 6, King Manukes, 13-11. Rounding off the Mendoza line, Brooklyn Bums at 11-10. Now, after that, we have under 500 teams. Rock and Rollers, 9-15. We have Talent Squad, 8-15. Surreal Nation, 6-16. Let's Go Cano, 6-17. And everyone's favorite, last but not least, CobraKai at 4-19. Wow. So how did the standings get to this point? Well, week 2 had a lot to do with it. Let's see what happened here with the results of last week. We had Let's Go Cano lose their second straight game, this time to bring in 3G, Steve's boys, 8-4. Now, we have a lot to say about this because we actually had a bigger margin of victory here for Steve in this matchup. Ryan found a way to shrink this down to the 8-4, which that's the way the final was. Still, not a win here for Ryan, but again, a victory here for Steve. So congratulations, Steve, on that. Wow, interesting couple of weeks so far. We had LA Bombers defeat Brooklyn Bums 7-3. Now, Brooklyn Bums at the time was undefeated. LA Bombers as well. LA Bombers doing the work, taking out CobraKai, taking out Bums. Vic looks to be for real at this point. He's defeated 2 possibly playoff teams. He was an expansion team last year. Again, Sal's power rankings here at the beginning of the season did put Vic in the playoffs. Not disappointing, doing a great job, and still rolling along. Let's see if he can keep it up. After that, we have the Outlaws defeating Surreal Nation. Now, Junior, I was pulling for you, buddy. 7-5 is the final, and it was close. You gave him a run for his money. Despite what everybody may have thought, we were pulling for you to get the W, buddy. Unfortunately, you didn't do it. Hopefully, the next time around, lightning strikes, the seas part. God looks down on you and said, let's give this poor asshole away. Could happen, right? All right. We had Rock and Rollers and King Manooks tied at 6-6. Hey, better than a loss, right? We had Talent Squad losing to the expansion Hot Dogs and Relish 7-5. Now, again, this could have been a larger victory for Hot Dogs and Relish. They'll let Talent Squad sneak in a little bit more there. 7-5 is the final on there. Again, Derek's still undefeated. How long will this continue? After that, we had Angels for Life destroying CobraKai 10-2. Now, again, Sal still plans to make the playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, he's talking playoffs. So how does he plan on doing that? Let's do this. Let's change up to our second segment here, basically calling Splain Yo Self, where we actually call one of these managers, one of these owners of one of these fantasy teams, and have them explain themselves how they still plan on either doing it or how they've been doing it to get into these playoffs. Let's contact Sal right now. This is going to be interesting. See if he answers first off. And then if he does, we'll ask him some questions here. Let's see if he does. Maybe he won't answer. Hello, Sal. What's going on? It's Cesar Scorpio from the Fantasy Baseball Show. Just calling up. So what's going on? All right, not too much. We're doing our segment, Splain Yo Self. So we're giving you a chance to explain yourself here. 10-2 loss to Angels for Life. And again, still believing firmly that you're going to make these playoffs. Explain yourself. What happened last week and what do you plan to do to fix it? All right, so you got to buy. You're actually playing Surreal Nation. You're calling that a buy? That's what I said. I have a buy. Yeah, like I said, don't worry. Everyone's done with the season really starts to play off. So, yeah. I got guys in the waiting. I got Arnado and I got Silver Five. So. All right. All right. Well, I'm glad you're looking up here. Again, possibly get this W against Surreal Nation. It looks promising to you because Surreal Nation gave Martinez a run for his money, but didn't quite get the job done. So, I mean, are you worried about that at all? That he gave Martinez a run for his money? Oh no, I'm not worried about it. This is all fluff right now. I don't get all happy over fluff. You know, players are playing like everyone thinks to be. If you're going to use them, I like to you know, the news to get all about that, whatever. That's different sport, I guess. We'll find out with the real players later on in July. People like the top, people wear that. All right, strong words, but I'm glad to see that you're still motivated and you still plan on still making these playoffs. Anxious to see what happens here this week. Good luck this week and for the rest of the season, Sal. All right, talk to you later. That was the owner of CobraKai, Sal. I mean, again, he feels he's going to dominate Junior, Surreal Nation, even though he gave Martinez a run for his money. You guys might want to keep an eye on that matchup. All right, so this is all we have here for this first show of This Week in Baseball. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. CatalinaWineMixer, FBB. Okay, we've been doing this all year, baby. All right. Hope you enjoyed the show and enjoyed doing it. See you guys next week.